In today's world, manipulation comes in many forms. Whether it's a pushy salesperson, a cunning colleague, or even a loved one trying to influence your decisions. The challenge is not just recognizing manipulation, but also learning how to respond effectively while staying true to your values. The ancient Stoics, known for their profound insights into human behavior, offer timeless strategies that can help us navigate these situations with clarity and composure. By mastering the Stoic approach, you can protect your inner peace, respond with wisdom, and emerge stronger from any encounter with manipulation. Let's dive into 10 powerful Stoic strategies to outsmart manipulators in the modern world. Number 1. The power of emotional detachment. Imagine being in a heated argument with someone who is trying to guilt you into doing something you don't want to do. They might bring up past favors or exaggerate the consequences of your refusal, hoping to provoke a reaction. In moments like these, emotional detachment becomes your greatest ally. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus reminds us, don't let the force of an impression when it first hits you knock you off your feet. Just say to it, hold on a moment. Let me see who you are and what you represent. Let me put you to the test. This advice emphasizes the importance of pausing before reacting, giving yourself the space to assess the situation with clarity. In modern terms, this means stepping back mentally and observing your emotions without judgment. When you feel anger, guilt, or fear rising, take a deep breath and remind yourself that these feelings are temporary. The manipulator thrives on your immediate reaction. By refusing to give them one, you disrupt their power over you. For example, if a colleague tries to pressure you into taking on extra work by saying, "You're the only one who can do this," resist the urge to respond emotionally. Instead, pause and consider whether their statement is factual or a tactic. A calm and measured response like, "I'll need to check my current workload before committing to anything," shows that you're not easily swayed. Detachment allows you to maintain control over your decisions and emotions. By practicing emotional detachment, you don't suppress your feelings, but instead channel them constructively, ensuring that your choices are guided by reason rather than impulsive reactions. Number 2. Mastering the art of response, not reaction. In a world driven by instant communication, reacting without thought is almost second nature. A friend sends a passive-aggressive text, or your boss critiques your work in front of others, and before you know it, you've fired back with a defensive comment. These knee-jerk reactions often escalate conflict and leave you feeling worse. Marcus Aurelius offers a powerful reminder. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. The key here is understanding that you have control over your response, no matter how provocative the external situation may be. Picture a scenario where someone tries to manipulate you through criticism, saying, "You're just not committed enough to the team." Your initial instinct might be to defend yourself aggressively, but a Stoic approach would involve pausing, reflecting on whether their words truly warrant a reaction, and responding only if it serves a constructive purpose. Instead of reacting emotionally, you might say, "I appreciate your feedback. Let's discuss how we can align better as a team." This kind of response not only disarms the manipulator, but also demonstrates emotional intelligence. It shows that you are unshaken by their tactics and focused on productive dialogue. Over time, mastering the art of response instead of reaction allows you to maintain composure in even the most challenging interactions. Number 3. Recognizing hidden agendas. Manipulators often operate with hidden agendas, cloaking their intentions in charm or flattery to gain your trust. Recognizing these tactics requires a combination of awareness and critical thinking. Both skills the Stoics honed. Epictetus teaches, first, learn the meaning of what you say, and then speak. This underscores the importance of understanding not only your own words, but also the motives behind the words of others. In a modern context, this means listening carefully and asking clarifying questions when something doesn't feel right. Suppose a salesperson offers you a limited-time deal that seems too good to be true. Instead of jumping at the opportunity, pause and consider their true motives. Are they genuinely offering value? Or are they creating a sense of urgency to manipulate your decision-making? A Stoic would respond with calm skepticism, asking, "Can you explain why this deal is expiring so soon? I want to make sure I understand the full terms." By probing deeper, you shift the power dynamic, forcing the manipulator to reveal their hand. This approach works not just in sales, but in personal relationships and workplace interactions as well. For example, if a friend frequently uses flattery to get you to do favors, recognize the pattern and address it directly. "I value our friendship, but I'd like to feel that it's mutual and not transactional." Through this practice, you sharpen your ability to see through hidden agendas and maintain control over your choices. Number 4. Guarding your inner peace against external manipulation. Manipulators often aim to disrupt your sense of peace, stirring up doubt, anxiety, or anger to influence your actions. Whether it's a colleague spreading rumors or a partner playing on your insecurities, their goal is to pull you off balance. The Stoics teach us to protect our inner tranquility by focusing on what we can control and letting go of the rest. Epictetus reminds us, the more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. When you tie your peace of mind to the opinions or actions of others, you hand over your power. Instead, center your sense of self on what is within your control, your thoughts, actions, and values. Imagine a coworker deliberately excluding you from an important meeting, hoping to provoke a reaction. Rather than letting their behavior disturb your peace, remind yourself that their actions are beyond your control. What is within your power is how you respond. A Stoic approach would involve addressing the situation calmly and constructively, perhaps by speaking directly to your manager or clarifying your role in future meetings. This mindset shields you from emotional manipulation and helps you focus on solutions rather than stress. Guarding your inner peace isn't about ignoring problems. It's about tackling them without losing your sense of self. Number 5. Turning adversity into strength. Manipulators often try to use adversity against you, framing challenges as insurmountable to discourage you or make you feel dependent. However, Stoicism teaches us to view obstacles not as setbacks, but as opportunities for growth. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This principle encourages us to reframe difficulties as the very tools we need to build resilience and wisdom. Consider a manager who gives you an impossible deadline, expecting you to fail and damage your reputation. Instead of succumbing to stress or resentment, channel your energy into breaking the task into manageable parts and executing it as best as you can. Even if you don't meet the exact deadline, you'll have demonstrated effort and resourcefulness, traits that are ultimately more valuable than perfection. When you adopt this mindset, Manipulators lose their power. Their attempts to control you through adversity only serve to make you stronger, as each challenge becomes a stepping stone toward greater resilience. Number 6. How to see through false promises. Manipulators often use false promises to gain trust and influence, whether it's a politician offering unattainable goals or a friend making hollow assurances. These promises are designed to exploit your hopes and blind you to reality. The Stoics teach us to approach such situations with reason and discernment. Seneca warns, "He who is not a good servant will not be a good master." In other words, look at the character and actions of those making promises before you place your trust in them. Are they consistent in their words and deeds, or do they use promises as a means to manipulate? For example, if a business partner promises to bring in clients but consistently fails to follow through, it's important to recognize the pattern and set boundaries. A Stoic approach might involve politely but firmly addressing the issue. I've noticed there's been a gap between what was promised and delivered. How can we align better moving forward? By critically evaluating promises and holding people accountable, you protect yourself from being misled while fostering relationships built on mutual respect and trust. Number 7. Remaining grounded amidst flattery or criticism. One of the most common manipulative tactics is the use of flattery or criticism to sway your emotions. Flattery can inflate your ego, making you more pliable, while criticism can undermine your confidence, leaving you vulnerable to influence. The Stoics, however, teach us to remain grounded, unaffected by either extreme. Marcus Aurelius offers a profound perspective. Take a view from above. Look at the thousands of people who lived before you and the thousands more after. How many are praising you now? How many will forget you? This cosmic view reminds us that both praise and blame are fleeting and often insignificant in the grand scheme of life. Imagine being praised excessively by someone who later asks for a favor that feels unreasonable. Instead of being swayed, a Stoic would recognize the flattery for what it is, a tool of manipulation, and respond based on reason, not emotion. Similarly, if someone criticizes you harshly, step back and assess whether their critique holds any truth. If it does, use it as an opportunity for self-improvement. If it doesn't, let it go, knowing that their opinion has no bearing on your intrinsic value. By staying grounded, you maintain your integrity and decision-making power, free from the emotional highs and lows that manipulators seek to exploit. Number 8. Using logic to identify emotional manipulation. Manipulators often rely on emotional tactics to cloud your judgment, making you more susceptible to their influence. Whether it's playing on your fears, exploiting your desires, or triggering guilt, their goal is to bypass your reason and provoke impulsive reactions. Stoicism teaches us to resist these tactics by cultivating the habit of logical analysis. Epictetus reminds us, when someone is properly grounded in life, they shouldn't have to look outside themselves for approval. This grounding comes from practicing rational thinking and not allowing emotions to override your reason. Picture a scenario where a salesperson tries to rush you into a decision by saying, "If you don't buy now, this deal will be gone forever." Instead of succumbing to their sense of urgency, pause and analyze the situation logically. Ask yourself, is this truly my only option? Do I even need this product? By stepping back and engaging your rational mind, you neutralize their emotional pressure and make a decision based on your priorities, not theirs. In personal relationships, this approach is equally powerful. If a friend frequently manipulates you with guilt, "After all I've done for you, you owe me," recognize their tactic and evaluate their request objectively. Respond with reason, not guilt. I appreciate what you've done, but I can't commit to this right now. Using logic as your compass helps you navigate emotional traps and maintain control over your actions. Number 9. The importance of knowing your values. At the core of manipulation is the attempt to steer you away from your own values and priorities. A manipulator seeks to make their agenda more important than your own, often by exploiting your lack of clarity about what truly matters to you. Stoicism places immense emphasis on self-awareness and the deliberate cultivation of personal values. Seneca advises, "If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable." This highlights the importance of defining your values and using them as a guide in every decision you make. In modern life, this might mean setting clear boundaries in your personal or professional relationships. If your value is spending quality time with your family, you might turn down a work project that demands excessive hours, even if your boss tries to persuade you otherwise. Having a strong sense of purpose gives you the confidence to say no to manipulative tactics that conflict with your priorities. In moments of doubt, return to your values. Ask yourself, is this choice aligned with who I want to be? When your actions are grounded in your core beliefs, manipulators will find it nearly impossible to sway you. Your values become your anchor, keeping you steady, no matter how turbulent the situation. Number 10. The ultimate defense: indifference to insults. Manipulators often use insults to provoke you, attempting to undermine your confidence or provoke an emotional reaction. This strategy works because it shifts your focus away from rational decision-making and onto defending your ego. The Stoics, however, teach us the art of indifference to insults, a mindset that renders this tactic powerless. Epictetus advises, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This wisdom reminds us that insults only have power if we allow them to affect us. Imagine someone at work publicly belittling your ideas, hoping to make you feel small. Instead of reacting defensively, consider the insult objectively. Is there truth in their critique? If so, use it as an opportunity for improvement. If not, dismiss it as irrelevant. A calm and composed response, or even silence, can be more powerful than any rebuttal. By practicing indifference to insults, you protect your emotional equilibrium and deny the manipulator the satisfaction of controlling your reactions. This doesn't mean tolerating disrespect. It means choosing your battles wisely and responding from a place of strength rather than vulnerability. Through the lens of Stoicism, manipulation ceases to be an insurmountable challenge and becomes an opportunity for growth and self-mastery. The final strategies, using logic to expose emotional traps, defining and adhering to your values, and cultivating indifference to insults, equip you with the tools to navigate even the most manipulative situations with clarity and composure. When you practice these principles, you become unshakable. Manipulators who rely on exploiting your emotions or uncertainties lose their grip when faced with a mind rooted in reason, purpose, and tranquility. As Marcus Aurelius so wisely observed, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. By elevating the quality of your thoughts through Stoic practice, you build a life of integrity and strength, one where manipulation has no place. Ultimately, Stoicism doesn't just teach you how to outsmart manipulators, it empowers you to live with intention and resilience. As you continue to embody these teachings, you'll discover that the greatest defense against manipulation is not external. It's the mastery of your own mind. If you found this video helpful, please like and share it to spread the wisdom of Stoic philosophy. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss future videos on Stoic living and personal growth. Thank you for watching, and I wish you strength on your journey.